In East Africa, a train moves across wide savannas, through cities, and across landscapes that once had no modern transport links. This is not just a railway. It is a symbol of Africa's development ambitions and China's growing role in building the continent's future. This is the story of how China built Africa's biggest modern railway and why it matters far beyond transportation. For decades, Africa's railways were outdated, slow, and damaged by years of neglect. Many lines were built during colonial times, designed to extract resources rather than connect African economies. Roads were crowded, trucks were expensive, and moving goods across borders could take days or even weeks. Then came one of the largest infrastructure projects in modern African history, the Standard Gauge Railway, stretching across East Africa, connecting ports, capitals, and inland trade hubs. The railway begins at the coast, where ships arrive with goods from Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. From there, it moves inland toward major cities and economic centers, cutting through mountains, farmland, and deserts. It is designed to connect countries, reduce transport costs, and accelerate trade. Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because Africa's infrastructure revolution is happening quietly, and this railway could change the continent's future forever. China plays a central role in this transformation. Chinese companies design, finance, and build the railway. Engineers arrive with heavy machinery, advanced technology, and thousands of workers. African workers join them, learning new skills, operating equipment, and building stations, bridges, and tunnels. The project is massive. Hundreds of kilometers of track, modern trains, digital signaling systems, and new stations rise across the region. The goal is simple but powerful: connect Africa's economies to global trade routes. Before the railway, transporting cargo from the port to inland cities takes long hours on congested highways. Trucks break down, fuel costs are high, and logistics companies charge premium prices. With the new railway, cargo moves faster, cheaper, and in larger volumes. This changes everything. Farmers can send produce to cities before it spoils. Factories can receive raw materials on time. Businesses can export goods more efficiently. Tourists can travel across regions with comfort and safety. But this railway is not just about economics. It is also about geopolitics. China sees Africa as a long-term partner. By building infrastructure, China strengthens trade ties, secures access to resources, and expands its global influence. African leaders see China as a partner willing to fund projects that Western lenders often avoid. The railway becomes a symbol of a new development model: fast construction, large-scale financing, and direct state-backed investment. Critics raise concerns about debt, transparency, and dependency. Some argue that African countries could struggle to repay loans. Others worry about foreign influence over critical infrastructure. Supporters argue the opposite. Without infrastructure, development is impossible. They say roads, ports, and railways are the foundation of economic growth. Without them, Africa remains trapped in slow logistics and high transport costs. As trains begin operating, the impact becomes visible. Passenger trains connect cities that were once hours apart by road. Freight trains carry containers, fuel, and industrial materials. New towns develop around stations. Real estate prices rise near rail corridors. Businesses open warehouses and factories along the route. For many Africans, the railway represents progress. It represents jobs, technology transfer, and a connection to global markets. China benefits too. Chinese companies gain contracts, Chinese banks earn interest, and Chinese technology becomes part of Africa's infrastructure backbone. The railway is not charity, it is strategic investment. Yet, the story is complex. Some routes face lower than expected demand. Ticket prices are debated, operating costs are high, governments must subsidize operations. Critics question whether the projects are financially sustainable, but history shows that major infrastructure projects often take time to reach full potential. Railways in Europe, Asia, and America were not profitable immediately. They shaped economies over decades. The African railway could follow the same path. Beyond economics, the railway changes how people think about development. It shows that Africa can build mega projects. It challenges the idea that large infrastructure is impossible on the continent. It sends a message that Africa is open for business. For China, the railway is part of a larger vision. Ports, highways, digital networks, and energy projects follow similar patterns. Together, they form a network that links Africa more closely to Asia and global trade systems. The train moving across the savannah is more than steel and engines. It is a moving symbol of shifting global power, new partnerships, and the race to shape the future of the developing world. Whether seen as opportunity or risk, one thing is clear: this railway marks a turning point. Africa's infrastructure era is accelerating, and China is one of the main architects. As the train disappears into the horizon, it carries more than cargo and passengers. It carries Africa's hopes, China's ambitions, and the blueprint for a new global development model. And this is only the beginning. If you want more deep, unbiased stories about global development, power shifts, and the future of nations, like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the next global transformation might already be under construction.